Well, hi, my name is Nate Bean, and I'm with Integrity Automotive in Issaquah, Washington, where it's more than a name, it's how we do business. And this is our Integrity Insider. Today I'm going to talk about oil change intervals and different types of oils. Essentially, oil change intervals have changed dramatically over the years, especially in recent years. Not too long ago, and most people have inbred in their minds, change your oil every 3 months or 3,000 miles. Now, although that was generally true at one point, it's not necessarily the case anymore. Today, vehicles are being built with much higher standards, much better technology, and our oils and lubricants are much better quality than they used to be. So the oil change interval has extended and expanded greatly in recent years. So what used to be somewhat true of every 3 months and 3,000 miles as a general rule of thumb can now be extended depending upon the oil you're using, the vehicle you're driving, and your driving conditions. So be sure to reference your owner's manual for their recommendations, and then make sure that you're meeting those requirements as far as your driving conditions. Now, newer vehicles, being that they're built with much tighter tolerances, require a much higher grade oil, but that oil also has much better detergents and lubricating properties, so it's able to last much longer. So under ideal conditions, you can drive your car with conventional standard petroleum-based oil or whatever your manufacturer recommends for as much as sometimes 5 or 7, maybe even 8,000 miles. That's really stretching it. I tend to advise my vehicle owners that they're running a petroleum-based conventional oil I recommend every 4 months, 4,000 miles, maybe 5 months, 5,000 miles. I like to say 4 and 4 because most people run a little bit longer than they ought to. We all have good intentions. We mean to get our car to the shop, but we don't get it in time. So if you're planning on 4, you might go a little late. You get it done by 5, you're probably going to be okay. Now, other oils such as synthetic oil like Mobil 1 can generally run a lot longer, maybe as much as 7, 8, even 10,000 miles. But follow your manufacturer recommendations. Synthetic oil is a much higher grade oil, and it has much better thermal breakdown properties, and it is just a much better lubricant. It lasts much longer, and chemically is a much stronger base. So synthetic oil can go much further, sometimes 7, 10, even 15,000 miles. But once again, refer to your manufacturer's recommendations. Synthetic oil, what I advise my customers, if you're going to go 7 or 8,000 miles between oil changes, it is still very critical that you check your oil level regularly. My recommendation is check your oil every time you fill up your fuel tank, at least until you get a gauge as to how much your engine is burning. Even a newer engine will burn a little bit of oil. That's normal, it's natural, and it can't be avoided. Some vehicles will not lose more than half a quart between a 5,000-6,000 mile oil change interval. Other vehicles might burn as much as a quart every 1,000 miles. That's more than I'd like to see, but it does not indicate a problem that needs to be repaired. So the reason I mention that, though, is if you're going to be going 7 or 8,000 miles between oil changes, if you're not checking your oil between service intervals, we see it regularly at this shop where people don't check their oil, and when it comes into our shop, it's 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 quarts low. And if that's a 7-quart system, you now are running on 2 quarts of oil and you're causing severe engine damage. So be sure you keep your engine oil full, use the proper lubricant, and change it at the proper mileage interval. If you have any questions regarding how often you should have it done, ask your trusted mechanic or refer to your owner's manual and follow their guidelines. They are there for your best interest, and as a professional mechanic, they are caring for your vehicle to make it last as long as possible for you. So I hope that was helpful to you. If you liked this tip, please click the like button and share this with your friends. And if you'd like more videos in the future or to receive future tips, please subscribe to this channel on YouTube. I'm Nate Bean with Integrity Automotive, where it's more than a name, it's how we do business. Thanks for watching.